Fully retract the boom, and I'm going to stick that on the ground-ish. So I have had vehicles, front loader vehicles, lose their forks in the ground, so I try not to push it all the way in or rest them on the ground. So long as it looks like they're close, they're fine. Well, we are chewing through the seeds here. May have to... Okay, let's go jump in the truck. I could use a front loader type thing down at the store. Skid steer would work. Just something I can lift stuff into the back of this pickup. However, for now, most of the time I buy stuff in bags on a pallet. So theoretically, it just takes a couple of guys throwing the bags into the back of the pickup. We're fine. So we'll call that the thing that we're doing when we get to the store. For now. And probably 2 pallets, because we do it well. I mean, we're going to be planting for the next 2 months. So we're going to be going through quite a bit of seed, but I'm not going to be overbuying it like I did with the lime. We'll drop that. We will. Category. Not those. Not those. Pallet tanks? No, not those. Pallets. Dun, 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 dun. Ah, seeds. Yes, those. So I do like now that we can order multiples. That has been a long time coming. So theoretically, me and the guy from the store are going to grab these one at a time and throw them in the back of the truck. Since there's no farm sim way of doing that, I'm just going to use a little bit of super strength and toss these in the back. A little bit of overhang, but they're all strapped down nice and safe. That only says I've got 2,100. They're 1,050 pallets, so yes, that's fine. So take these back to the farm carefully without rolling the truck, because that's always funny. But I guess the farm is now getting borderline big. Last weekend we did lime almost all the fields on the stream. We subsoiled one field on the stream, and I had 3 of those to do. So we're now getting to the point where there is more work on the farm when there is work on the farm than I can achieve in a 3-hour stream. That's fine. I don't mind doing things off camera later. Doggy, ye should not be in the road. Leave A, yes. You want to jump in? Okay. So seeds are back in the yard. Park this over here. Now, let's go take over from this guy. In actual fact, I think he's almost close to the end of the up and down road. Oh, actually. Oh, this is looking like he's actually doing headlands now. And this is the end of the first one. This seed is a little bit small, but we only plant wheat or oats on this farm for the straw mostly. Wheat for the chickens, oats to feed the horses, but we really don't do, the horses don't eat much, so not a big deal. So I only need this for one seeding job. The planter, however, we have just upgraded that. So that is a big use item because every single crop we plant sorghum, we plant corn, we plant soybeans, we plant sugar beets. All of them use a planter. And potentially I may think about doing... how are you going? That's weird. I may consider doing cotton at some point, since that is a crop. Oh wow, we are floaty for some reason. Yeah, we might do cotton at some point, but cotton harvesters are expensive, so it may be a little while before I start doing cotton. We do have 100,000 litres of soybeans on in the bins. They're actually in the bins in town, but they're in the bins that we have to sell in June. Must remember to do that this year. I forgot to do it last year, which is why we've got so many soybeans this year. But that will be a good income. And then so that maybe give me the ability to buy some more stuff for the farm later this year. The contracts pay out ludicrous amounts of money. So again, that may also be a big source of income. We're going forwards. Drop the thing. So oats are done. We'll spray them next month. I'm nearly out of seed. That's good. That was a fair estimation of how much seed I was going to need to do this field. Good grief, the wind is howling. The snow stopped. As I said earlier, the roads are icy and there is not a lot of snow on the road. So that's going to make the road skating rinks. And the the grass is covered in snow, so that's a thing. Okay, get you straightened up and drop the thing last round. I also got upgraded to a direct planter this year, so we should get a good boost in our environmental score when we get round to doing the harvesting later in the year. Because up until now, since so much of our crop is since so much of our crop is planted, that is a little bit of a problem for precision farming, and oh, that didn't work. Let's move that up. Precision farming doesn't like plows and doesn't like cultivators being used. Probably it's a you're using too much diesel type of objection. But again, missed a bit. So if you get everything done in one pass, that's a good thing. Now, using a multi-tool like the Kern, yes, subsoiler and seeder combination, that's all nice and fine, but that doesn't lend itself well to precision farming scores. Now, on average, it is possible to keep the score up in the 90s, but places where I planted sugar beets and beans and corn tends to be 70 to 80. So being able to direct drill these going forwards, this should result in a much better result. And more bonus money when we sell stuff. We all like bonus money. Okay. Missing the edges of these fields may be something to do with I updated the map against advice from the map maker. I mean, we seem to be doing okay-ish, so it's not too bad. But there is some crazy slidiness going on from this seeder. It may be these front wheels and something. So I might look at replacing the seeder sometime. And again, looks like there's a couple of bits back there that didn't get seeded. But for the most part, this looks okay. So at the end of this row, we'll call this good. We have the first field planted, and I don't need this seeder anymore until next year. That field over there, these two, and the one down the road at the end of our yard, I'm going to be planting with sugar beets, which means I'm going to have a lot of sugar beets next year. Okay, fold that up. So what That's a cultivator. That's not a thing. So seeders, not planters. These things. So the problem is a lot of them have wheels at the front, wheels at the back, and we're definitely seeing some issues with that. Bednar. That's a direct, yeah, that's a direct drill. It's not quite as big, 6 meters. The one we have is 8. Oh, hang on. Oh, that's the in-game Bednar, which is 6 meters. What's this one? 5,000. That's just a seed tank. That's 9 meters. But there's going to be some flexibility between the seed tank and the seeder. That might be an option. It's only 100,000. It's a 50% bigger. That is 12 meters. Horribly expensive. But it only has wheels at the back. And same with this one. I've used this one before, way back in Farm Sim 2017. Very low horsepower. And also 12 meters, but it's not a direct drill. This direct drill, and this that is not a direct drill. That is also not a direct drill. So possibly the horse, and that's 300 horsepower. So that's something that I can only haul with this tractor, but you know, it's a thing that we can use. But anyway, I was going to look at the map. Check the map. That all looks pretty and it is growing. So we have a field of oats. I am going to do this one, this one, this one, and this one over here with sugar beets. And then that one's grass. This one, I usually do the same crop in this field and this field. I'm not going to do that this year. But I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 quite sizable fields which will do the majority of our crops in. But the majority of our crops can't be planted now. They're going to have to wait till April. So next thing's next. Dump the seed pallet out. I'm going to back this over here. We'll give it a wash. Don't think it needs a service, but it's going to go in the service shed, so that's fine. In the meantime, grab that and clean the seeder now that it's empty. Grease all the things, do all the stuff, check all the things, and that's all nice and clean and blue. So drop that, go. So I guess if the horse comes on sale, I'm like, I'll buy it. Otherwise, we'll just be happy with this thing for now. Lots of manure. I also have a consideration for buying the BGA, and then we can dump all of our manure somewhere. Because at the moment, I've got nothing to do with it. I don't have a manure spreader. I am considering if I got a slurry tank, an injector, or something like that. You can spread slurry and digestate. So if I got the BGA, I can convert all of my solid manure into digestate and then sell that, and then use that. Okay, done. I have to pull those seeds out of there. I think I can get the John Deere out through this door. I'm going to say probably. Go. Oops. Almost, not quite. Wow, I can go through the door forwards, but not backwards. That's funny. Right. Get that a little bit closer to the seed tank, maybe. Oh, that's close enough. Don't want corn. Don't want sorghum, don't want sunflowers, want sugar beets. All right, let's get this thing out into the fields. So swing wide of the truck. We'll grab the seed that we dropped on the floor here. Gone are the days when seed was selectable. And we'll fill that up too. So, what was I going to look for? I can't remember. Okay, doesn't matter. Any contract? Oh, they are making contracts. There's a bale wrapping contract for round bales. We could actually do that. Deadwood hoeing contract. We have a hoe. I think there's a sowing contract for spinach. Don't know what you plant spinach with. Okay, so the bigger contracts are coming out now. Anyway, let's take this out for a run. Cheap you. Oh, look, somebody wants to be banned again. Blah, blah, blah. Report. Spam. Viewership. And submit report. Block the user. Bye-bye. Gone. Okay, back to not driving into the bridge. That's interesting. That street sign looks like it's in the middle of the road. So sugar beets. Now this is going to take almost that's a problem. Oh, that's a delay. Okay, that's fine. Looks like this screen is dictated not just by the tractor but also by the piece of equipment you have on the back. I'm going to drive over here. And this here is gonna be the first row. Lower the thing, turn it on, and let's start putting sugar beets in the ground. So, good. Now I do have rocks here. I have rocks on most of my fields. Part of the problem is because I'm planting sugar beets, which is a root crop, and corn, you get a plough penalty if you don't plough them after you've harvested. So I have a subsoiler, which is a little bigger than a plough. It's still slow, but it does allow me to reset the yield percentage that we're expecting to see out of these fields. And I prefer yield to environmental score, because yield means more stuff to sell, where environmental score just means, hey, you get a bonus from selling it. And the bonus from selling it can be completely hosed if you buy a new field that's garbage quality as far as environmental score goes. Whereas if you go for yield, then my yield is 120% on the field. That's a good thing. And no amount of environmental score is going to mess that up. As I said, with the size of this piece of equipment, this is not going to take us too long to complete the job, which is a good thing. The end yet? Yes. Okay, this is a little bit more difficult. Mind the tree. So we're going to have to drive around in circles a bit. I may get another tractor this sort of size at a later date. So that way I can do two things at the same time. No, that's not. That is. So I could be planting and seeding at the same time, or lots of different things. But right now, it's not a good thing. But I don't need two big tractors yet. There will come a time. This is normally my big tractor scale, about 400 horsepower. And Lawfolds, our very first Saturday stream, I was running a class, want to say a 940, and also a Challenger 1000, ACO 1000, which between them, they were just, I think they were about 390-ish horsepower. So